What's up, guys? What's up, guys? Uh, I'm in the garden working really hard, and the mosquitoes is flying like crazy. So I'm like, you could see them, right? So I think I might have to put on my sweater, cause damn. So how you guys doing today? What you guys growing? What you growing that make you so excited this garden season? Have you been growing anything this garden season that make you so excited you cannot even wait for harvest time? Let me know. Well, it's basically raining, and when it's raining, you basically, there's a lot of growth. There's a lot of growth in the plants. There's also a lot of growth in the weeds there. So you basically got to come out. I got to use this to fan the mosquito away, man. God. Yes, but anyhow, the weeds then comes up even more. So at the end of the day, you don't want to get rid of the weed, but you also don't want the weed to get too dominant over your plant because you're going to make them struggle. But the weed is important, all right? You know, I've been leaving this squash because I wanted to leave it for seed. I wanted to leave it for seed. There was more on the ground and the rabbit then eat them. So this one, this one gonna give me a nice dinner. So how you all doing on this beautiful evening? What's going on? When you guys come in the live, don't forget to hit that like button. Hey Thomas, how you doing? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. Yeah, the mosquito is wild, man. It's hot like fire, but well, I'm basically in the garden cleaning up. That's basically what I'm doing right now because it starts raining a lot, and because it's raining, I'm in the garden, man. I'm in the garden. Yes, it's raining a lot, but I just wanna come out and do some work because yes, definitely, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm in the Caribbean, but I'm from Caribbean, but I'm not in the Caribbean. But what I do, I still try to grow the same type of food that I grew up from, which is the edibles, which is the edibles. I love to grow the edibles. I also growing yam. I also growing yam as well. So I'm also growing cassava. I'm also growing cassava as well. I'm basically trying to grow things that I love. I don't want to grow anything. I just want to grow the things that I love and I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? And what my family love. That's what I try to grow. Hey Pro Export, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Let me see, what's the goal of this stream? Well, listen to me. The goal of this stream is we're talking about gardening. All right? We're growing food natural and we're talking about gardening. So this is the goal. If you see the name of the channel, you will see Plant a Garden TV. So that explains it all. All right? So when you tune in here, just remember, it's about gardening, it's about surviving, it's about how to do a garden without spending a bunch of money. It's about growing healthy food. That's what we talk about here. You know what I'm saying? So if that's what you're looking for, you at the right place. Right. So, like I was saying, right now, okay, let me see. My mother, let me see what Thomas saying. My mother, star fruit and guava on her land is St. Martin. Okay, okay. Well, I'm growing some guava as well, but I'm growing them in container now. Someone give me a small one that starts from seed, and I'm actually growing that in container now. So I'm growing mango. I also growing mango from seed. I'm growing avocado from seed. Man, I'm trying to grow as much as I can because I want to grow. You see, when we talk about Edo, I always mention Edo. I always mention yam, I always mention dasheen. But this food is what I grew up from. And this food, let me tell you something. Let me give you guys a story about root crop, which is cassava, dasheen, yam, Edos. These crop, these food, when you eat a bowl of these food, you feel like you eat something. You know, sometimes these days you eat a meal or you buy something and time as you finish eat, it's like you're ready to go again. These type of food will hold you down for hours. You see what I'm saying? And when we eat these food used to make you feel strong, and then we used to do a lot of exercise. So even though we was eating the carbs, we was doing a lot of walking, we was doing a lot of exercising, we was walking, going to the mountain, we was doing all of that. So we was walking, going to school. You see, these days, people got the bus, the train. We used to have to get up in the morning, jog water, feed the animals, clean up the yard, bathe, and walk a mile go to school. So we had that time to exercise, you know, so we were strong, you know what I'm saying? But you had no choice but exercise, because walking and exercise, you had no choice because it's something you got to do every day. These days you don't have to walk. There's bus dropping you by your store, by your door, or you have a car you can drive, but it's different now. So what I try to do, I try to at least grow the same type of food, whether I'm in the island or not. I'm still gonna grow the same type of food. And I'm not, you know, a lot of people try to discourage me by telling me, okay, you can't grow certain food. You see? And then if I did listen to them, I would not be growing these type of food. I decide on my own, I'm gonna try them and see. And I've been doing this for years now. And the production is amazing. So don't let nobody discourage you, man. You just gotta create the atmosphere, the right atmosphere. You gotta just create that. If you're growing food from the island, you gotta know when to plant them. Some of them you gotta start them indoors. Like the yam, you gotta start the yam indoors and bring it out in the spring, because yam take maybe 9 months to a year before you could harvest them. So you want to make sure you have enough growing time, because you don't want to bring them outdoors, start them outdoors, then the fall, if you're dealing with the cold weather, if you're in Canada, America, England, these type of places, you have to start yam indoors. And in some cases, you might have to start the edos indoors. Why? And not really, because edos take 6 months. So you could grow Caribbean food. You just got to make sure you know the time it takes for harvest. This is important. You got to make the time it takes for harvest. Like edos, if you plant edos in the ground in March, April, you still could harvest, because it's 6 months. So you plant April, May, June, July, August, September, October. In October, you're going to be harvesting. So you could plant edo, you could plant dashin, what they call taro. Taro, you could plant dashin, you could plant tanya. This is edo leaf. And there's another plant that they use for flowers, right? They call it elephant ears. Please do not get mixed up with elephant ears and edos and dashin and tanya, because I don't know whether elephant ears could eat, but it have a similar look to the dashin. And the leaf similar like this, so you got to be mindful of that. You don't want to make nobody giving you elephant ears to eat. You see? So I'm just saying, guys, be mindful. But Thomas, what fruit or vegetables would you like to grow that you don't have yet? Okay. Well, you know what? Passion fruit. I would like to grow passion fruit, but the passion fruit I want to grow is the passion fruit that comes back every year. There's a passion fruit. Yes, there's a passion fruit that grows and run like a vines, and it dies down in the winter, and it comes right back in the spring. So that's the passion fruit I would love to grow. The fruit I would love to grow is hold on, that I'm not growing as yet. Plum rose. Plum rose. I don't know if you call it by a different name, but plum rose. I would love to grow plum rose, but I never plant it as yet. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. We have them here in Portugal. Right, that's the one I want. That's the one I want. I want the one that comes back every year. You know, because most of the crop that I'm growing, they basically comes back every year. Because, you know, like for instance, if I plant edos, I can, the head of the edos, I can replant the head of the edos in the fall, and they come back in the spring, which that's amazing. You could also do that with the dashin. You could also do that with the tanya. They all comes back in the spring, which is really good. So your garden always have food, whether you plant yes or no. Because most of the time, sometimes I make sure I leave back a few edos in the ground, and I also, when I harvest, I cut off the top of it and I replant it, and that comes back in the spring. Most of the edos, let me show you. These are edos, and most of these edos, they come back for themselves. These are basically edos that comes back. Some of these edos, what I did, I replant their heads in the fall, and by replanting their heads in the fall, they comes back in the spring. So if you notice, all these edos you see in here, they comes back. By me replanting their head, they comes back. This one here, let me show you this one here. This one here, I did not harvest this root. But if you notice, you see how the root is big and massive? Watch down there. You see? I did not harvest the root. So because of that, it get massive. You know, so this is the kind of crop I'm growing. I'm growing food that can come back every year. You know, sometimes squash, I start thinking about squash now because what I've noticed with squash is struggling a lot these days with the weather, with the bugs, with all these things. Squash is definitely struggling. So I don't want to focus on the plants them that struggles. I want to focus on the plants them that provides. You see what I'm saying? So last year, this is pumpkin. Last year, I had a magnificent year of pumpkin. The harvest was bountiful. Okay? This year, I'm looking for the same thing. And what I'm also trying to do, guys, I'm also trying to grow the food that can store for their self. You see what I'm saying? The food that can store for their self. Why I want to do that? Because what if you go to a situation and you don't have a refrigerator? What if your refrigerator break down and you don't have no money to buy any refrigerator? All your food goes spoil. So what we doing now, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna grow food like pumpkin. You could put pumpkin, in a corner and just leave it there. Same thing with the Edos, same thing with the Tanya, same thing with the Dashin. You don't have to have them in refrigerator. So this is how I'm thinking. I'm thinking about growing food that I can store. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna grow some okra. Of course, I love okra. I'm still gonna grow some okra. I'm still gonna grow different things, but my main crop is food that can store for itself. Now, if you notice, this is a pumpkin. This is actually one pumpkin growing up here. This is actually one pumpkin growing up here. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna show you guys how I prune pumpkin. Because if you notice, this is pushing a lot of leaf. And when did you start gardening? Well, I start gardening from a little boy. I believe I start gardening from about 5 years old. Yeah. Because, in them time, you have no choice. Your parents say, let's go in the garden. You got to get up and go. You can't say no. You got to go. So in cases like that, I start gardening a very young age. But guess what? I ain't regret it. I ain't regret it because look today. Look today how it benefited me. It benefited me on a real high scale. Because now I know so much about gardening. I know so much about different plants. I know how to grow food natural. I know how to grow my food without using any kind of chemical, any kind of animal poop. None of that. I can grow food and I can grow massive trees. I have full proof of this thing. Okay, let me tell you guys this. Every year I grow massive pepper trees, right? Massive pepper trees. And last year, my pepper tree was 8 feet tall last year. And this one right now, this one is, let me stand off and show you. This one is over 7 feet right now. You see it going up there, and I have this stake. I put this stake to hold it up. But this one is almost 8 feet tall right at this moment. You see what I'm saying? So When you talk about growing peppers, I'm a master of that. I can, listen me, I can grow real massive pepper tree. This is a monkey face pepper tree. This is a monkey face pepper tree. Even though there's an animal that come to this garden and eat it down, look how it spread out. You see, look how the tree spread, and also not just how it spread, look at how healthy it looking. You see? So I'm telling you, you can do it. And I'm showing you daily. I'm doing it live. I'm posting video almost every day. See it loaded with pepper over here. Just now it's gonna be full with pepper. Right? So I'm doing videos, I'm doing lives, and I'm showing you everything that I'm doing. I'm showing proof of what I'm doing. All right, so as we see here, that's a pumpkin. This is a female pumpkin. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just clip that limb right there, because right now we don't have much pollinators, and I need the pollinators to see these female. So if I'm looking for a male, because I wanted to do a hand pollinated, but the males them already fall off already. Let me see if I see any here. Okay, this is one right here. This is a male right here. This is a male, but I ain't come prepared to, I want it need to be open. So if it open, let me show you guys something. You know, I show you guys ramen. I don't just do the talking. I show you guys raw. You see, this is the male part of the pumpkin. This is the male part. So usually when the female open up, this is what you could take, or you could take a brush and you could dust it on top of this, and then you could put it into the female and you dab it up, and just like that, you get a pollination process right there. You see what I'm saying? So basically, is that what we're gonna have to be doing, because the pollinators, and you know, I've been warning about growing your food natural for years, and everybody take it for a joke. But now we getting to realize we not seeing the pollinators on them like how we usually see them. You understand? When we see a butterfly these days, we get worried because we already know it's gonna lay some egg and caterpillar gonna be eating up our plant. We never used to have to worry about that too much, because there's always some type of bug in the garden to push them out of your garden. Okay, this is a ripe pepper here. All right, I'm gonna leave that one to bring in the other one. What I do, guys, basically, oh man, look at the amount of pepper here. Jeez, you. And this is just one side. You see, guys? You see the amount of pepper? Look at the amount of pepper. Look over here again. Oh, damn, I look small one. God, yo, well, you stay tuned, guys, because you're gonna love this garden. I'm telling you, you ain't seen nothing yet. I'm basically giving you updates on how it growing. But very soon, you're gonna be loving this garden. I'm telling you, listen to me. People already loving it, but trust me, in the next month, August, September, within them 2 months, you're gonna see something. And guys, we do it natural. We don't use no chemical in our garden. So when people tell you you have to do this and you have to do that and you have to use this and you have to use that, just remember what I tell you. Just remember what I tell you. You can do it natural. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm actually pruning some of these pumpkin, because with all these vines, it didn't make any sense with all these vines, you know. I want the pumpkin focus now on producing, start sending out a lot of female, because right now I'm not seeing too much female. I'm mostly seeing a lot of male. So what I'm doing now, you see all that pumpkin going up there? And when you look between there, what you're seeing a lot of male. I'm trying to give them some space as well. I want when the pollinators and them, they might able to come around, because guys, without the pollinators, I'm telling you, it's getting serious, guys. This is why I keep promoting natural growth. Because for years, believe it or not, a lot of us contribute to the process of not seeing pollinators study. I'm telling you, all them little spray you spray, it was contributing all the time. You see, the thing is, a lot of people, and I understand, no, a lot of people not into going in the garden and pull up no weeds and put their hand in the ground, and that's understandable. That's understandable. I understand. But I prefer doing it than spraying. Yes. Okay, so basically this is what I'm doing, guys. I'm actually pruning these pumpkin. This is a beautiful squash. This one here, this is a squash, but this squash is beautiful. You guys gonna love to see this. But now we have to hope that the male come up before this one dry out. Because if the male ain't come up, it's gonna just fall off, because it ain't pollinate as yet. If you notice, the top ain't open as yet. So since the top ain't open, we know it ain't pollinate. We know that. So listen, is a lot of pumpkin vines. This is a bunch of squash over here again. All I'm seeing is male. I ain't seeing no female up to now. But you know what? Very soon it's gonna change. So I wanna be prepared. Look, I have a bell pepper tree right there. You see the it covering it up. Hey Timothy, let me see. Hey time, comment how you doing? Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. I do have, I don't know if I have chipmunks, but I know I have rabbits. I saw a rabbit with my own eyes in this garden. And yes, they do eat up a few of my squash. Yes, they do. They did eat up a lot of my squash up inside here. Yes, I do have some of them. And the squirrel, I'm getting a hard time with the squirrel as well. The squirrel, them, what they do, they will go up in the peach tree and eat down all your peach, drop all your peach on the ground, and you wouldn't able to get none. You would not able to get none. So yes, if you look down in here, this is pumpkin just growing up. So all I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be, pruning a little. That's what I'm gonna be doing, because at the same time, you do not want, you want the airflow to, if you notice how thick they are, you want to make sure you give them that, some kind of airflow, and then the sunlight able to penetrate them, because the pumpkin vines is very thick. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna pulp everything, I'm gonna cut everything, but I'm gonna prune just a few. Okay, because so far I'm seeing a bunch of me. Look, let me show you how far this pumpkin run from, right? Let me show you how far this pumpkin run from. I also have ginger growing over there. I have ginger growing over there as well. Right there the pumpkin plant, right? And this is the pumpkin coming all up here. All up here. All up here. All this is pumpkin coming up here. It's even taking over this bed. In this bed I have ginger, I have burdock, well, I have flowers, but they take it over. But that's okay. That's okay. But all this coming up here, running up here. Now, there's a next one. This is a next one that coming from India, and I push it that it can look. You see, guys, it's a lot of work because you have to be able to, you see, you got to be able to train them. You got to, because, listen, look this one. Look where this one running. Look this one. Up between the edges. I got to pull it back down from the edges and put it in this track right here. So you see what's going on? You have to train them. So you can't be staying out your garden. You got to be busy up in your garden because these are things you just have to do. You understand? If you notice, I have pumpkin coming from down the side, down, they're pushing itself up. Then you have another one coming over here. So you have to be active trying to control them because they will stifle. They will naturally stifle up your plants. So you see, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're on your phone, please double tap your phone and hit that like button because as you guys see, I'm hitting you live and direct. I'm giving you the real, and don't forget to go over and support my channel. Don't forget to go over and support my channel. I have a lot of videos over there. I will appreciate it, guys, because I'm giving you live and direct. All right, I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm giving you the insight. I'm showing you all the good things. So please support the channel. I will appreciate it. You could also comment in my videos and you could let me know if you have any question. If you want me to do a video, like I have a video coming, how to sow seed, how to preserve your seed. I have a video coming, how to preserve your seed, and that's going to be an interesting video too. I want you guys tune into that. I want you guys to just support the channel, man. Support the movement. The movement is growing food natural without using chemical, without using animal poop, without using anything from the store. So I want you guys to support and give me that courage that I can continue pushing these type of videos for you guys. I can continue motivate you guys. I can continue show you how you could build a food forest without spending. You see? So support the channel, guys. All right? If you haven't subscribed, go over to the channel and subscribe so you would not miss no video. You also will be able to catch me on live because I go live pretty often. So you also could catch my live because I know you want to see the progress of this garden. I know you want to see when I start harvesting edibles. I know you want to see when I start harvesting pumpkin. I know you want to see when I start harvesting bell pepper. I know you want to see when I start harvesting dasheen, Tanya. So yes, don't forget, hit that like button. All right? Appreciate it. I did a video where I was staking these bell pepper. As I mentioned a minute ago, I grow bell pepper tree 8 feet tall, and this bell pepper is definitely heading there. All right, this bell pepper is definitely heading to 8 feet tall. One already reached 7 feet plus. And this is the kind of bell pepper that I grow. Big, massive bell pepper. You see what I'm saying? I also going and give you guys a recipe, a natural recipe. I have, you know what? I have a recipe, a fertilizer. I have a product, a natural fertilizer that I create. I have a natural fertilizer that I create. It's amazing. It's one of the most fantastic. It's one of the most fantastic I ever see before my eyes. I'm gonna show you something right now. You see this pepper here? I put some around this pepper here, and if you notice, this pepper have a big pepper, and these only have a look at this one. This one is just trying to push on young peppers up there. But look how, god damn, this one is already, this one is, oh shams. This one already tall as me already. My goodness. Let me show you guys. Watch. Bell pepper, and what I love with my bell pepper them, they produce all the way. They produce all the way. You see what? All to the top. They produce pepper. So this is a bell pepper. I've been growing this bell pepper for like 10 years now. Definitely 10 years now. And I have about 5,000 pepper seed from these peppers. So if anyone interested in getting some of these bell pepper seed, bell pepper that grows 10 feet tall, and they don't stop produce. They will produce from now until November. They would not stop. And when the weather hit them in November, that's when they die off. And when they die off, they loaded with pepper, they loaded with blossom. This is the best breed of bell pepper I ever deal with. For over 10 years, I've been growing this bell pepper. Over 10 years. And I have a bunch of seed from them. Yes, guys. So like I was saying, guys, don't forget, support the channel. I appreciate it, because what I'm doing, I'm actually trying to show you guys, you can do it too. Without going out there and spend a bunch of money trying to buy compost and all this thing, and you have a backyard. You know what's crazy? Some people have land like this in their backyard. Some people have land like this with all these trees around them. People have land like this, and they will still go and buy compost from the store, and that's something I can't understand. You see? I cannot understand that. How could you, when you have all the resources, all the free resources, all the leaf that drops to the ground and rotten, and you buying compost? Come on. Yes. So yes, guys, you have question, you could reach out to me in comment section. You want to start a garden, you want ideas, you could reach out to me. Even I got to do a video to try to help guide you, I will do that. All right, so let me show you. I don't know if time commenter is still here, but time comment, you see, this is actually a plum tree right here, and this year these peach eat off all the plum from there. So you see what I'm doing here now? I'm trying to protect the body of this tree by covering with metal. I ain't finished as yet. This is what I'm doing. So now they wouldn't able to climb up. I'm just trying something. You see what I'm saying? But yes, I do have them as well. And now I'm going to show you why. If you have bushes like these, you should not be going to no store and buy nothing. They, you see what I'm saying? All these trees drop leaf every fall, every fall, every fall. And they've been doing it for years. Hundreds of years, how much years? And you, all you need to do is come outside, clear a patch, and right here, you can get rich soil. You see what I'm saying? Nice, rich, beautiful soil for free, for actually free. So when people go in and buy compost and they have all these trees around them, I just want to know why. You see, when you grow up a certain way and you've been taught certain things, whether it's true or whether it's false, once you adapt to it, it becomes, once you hear it too much, it becomes, once you hear it too much, it becomes like facts. Because you keep hearing it over and over, now it becomes truth. Right? You feel like it's truth now. And when you hear the real truth, you don't believe it because you've been hearing this thing for so long that it become true to you. You see what I'm saying? So if I tell someone today, you can grow a garden without spending a bunch of money doing all and go to the and buy this and buy that and they calling all kind of names and listen me, you don't have to. You only have to if you choose to. You only have to if you choose to. Okay? And I have some recipe. I'm gonna show you guys maybe in my next live over here. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a simple and natural fertilizer. 100% natural. I'm gonna show you guys how to make that live. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying, guys. To support the channel however you can, even if by hitting the like button, or however, I will appreciate it because I'm giving you the truth. I'm not giving you all no gimmicks. I'm giving all of the truth because I'm showing you guys, I was showing you guys how this garden was struggling. This garden was struggling so much because we did not get rain. Because I don't use pipe water, this garden strive on its own. I do not wet the plants them, the garden strive on its own. So we were struggling for naturally a month without water. And the garden was struggling. It was really struggling. The plants them was struggling. The meadows them, their leaf was start drying. The leaf was getting brown. And the rain start coming, and from the time the rain start coming, everything just start getting green. And now the garden come back luscious and beautiful. You understand? But this is just to let you know. Don't give up. Don't give up on your plants. All right? Sometimes the plant you believe is not gonna make it sometimes and you give up on them, sometimes that's the plants that's gonna come and produce in abundance for you. Okay? Yes, this squash is beautiful, man. Ah man, this is so beautiful. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna harvest this now, and I'm gonna harvest some edo leaf. You guys maybe wanna tune in with that too, to see how I harvest the edo leaf. Okay, I want you guys to see how I cut it. You see? Yes. Ain't this beautiful? Oh my goodness. Look at this thing, how beautiful. So what I'm gonna do now, guys, I'm going and get a meal for my dinner. So now I'm going to show you what I'm doing now with the edo leaf them. Now I'm going to show you how I'm harvesting them. So you see, this is what I'm telling you guys. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Go if you're on your phone, you could double tap the screen, hit that like button, support the channel, guys. Support the channel. All right. Now I'm going to pick some leaf because I want to make a nice cook up tomorrow. No, this is the edo leaf. Look at the one them that I'm picking. The young one that's still rolling up. You see? The young ones that's still rolling up. Not the old one, not these old ones. These done gone old already. So you're picking up these young one here. And this is some rich food right here. Rich food. Okay. This is some rich food right here, guys. So I'm basically harvesting this. Gives you a lot of nutrients. I don't know why everybody should be growing these type of food, because these food they're easy to grow and they basically take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? We used to use these and we used to make porridge. Not the leaf, the plant itself. We used to use the plant, the root, and make porridge. So I don't know. Everybody should know about these type of plants, because with these type of plants you could feed your family. I'm telling you, because you could eat from the leaf, and you also could eat from the root. So you eat from the leaf all through the spring, into the summer, and then in the fall, that's when you start harvesting the leaf. So basically, what I'm harvesting, I'm actually harvesting the young leaf then, not the older one. And when you're growing these, when you're cooking these, you gotta cook them for at least 45 minutes. I gotta do a video right in this garden where I'm gonna be picking them and cooking them at the same time. Right in this garden, right over there, I'm gonna cook, I'm gonna harvest, and I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna show you guys the whole process, how you peel off the skin off the body of the plant. You see, these are the ones you want, these young ones. The ones that now trying to unfold themselves. This one here, see this one here? This one here, you could pick this one. And this one here, this is a shisho. This is also a herb. The leaf is very tasty. A lot of people use this for, like Koran use this in their salad. They use it for their tea. A lot of benefit in this one as well. You see what I'm doing? I'm taking them out. We call these callaloo. That's what we call them. Callaloo. I don't have no bowls, so I gotta put them on the ground. But it's alright because I have to wash them. So you could just actually walk in your garden and actually pick a meal. Ain't this something? Ain't this something? This is the life, man. And I'm trying to, this is what I'm saying. I'm trying to encourage you guys, man. To show you guys this type of lifestyle. This lifestyle is amazing. Think about it. You get up, you want food, you walk in your garden, and you pick some. If you believe, you see these, you could cook these like collard greens. Yeah. You see like how you cook collard greens? It's the same way you basically cook them. Okay. Now, I need some okra now. I don't know if I'm gonna find any okra, but I need some okra because we're gonna happen now. I need a pepper. I need a pepper, so I think I have a right pepper over there. I need some okra. I don't think I have any because I harvest them the other. Okay, I have one. My goodness. You guys wouldn't believe the type of food this is. This type of food make you strong, man. This type of food make you strong like a lion. We're cooking okra. We're cooking